What are the challenges to humanitarian access in war zones? Imagine being trapped in a place where help cannot reach you, even when your life depends on it. That's the harsh reality for many civilians caught in conflict zones. Humanitarian access means aid organizations can deliver food, water, medical care, and protection to those in need. But in war zones, many obstacles stand in the way. International humanitarian law, including the Geneva Conventions and their additional protocols, clearly states that civilians must be protected and that aid should flow freely. It also bans starvation as a method of warfare. Despite these rules, real-world challenges often prevent aid from reaching vulnerable populations. Security threats are one of the biggest hurdles. Active fighting, shelling, and aerial bombings make it extremely dangerous for aid workers to operate. Sometimes aid workers and their facilities are targeted directly, leading to injuries or deaths. Even when they are not targeted, the overall insecurity can force aid groups to stop or delay their work. Then there are bureaucratic barriers. Governments and armed groups often impose strict controls on aid movement. This can mean lengthy visa processes, delays in permits, or restrictions on what supplies can enter. Sometimes each truck needs a separate permit, and crossing points are only open for a few hours each day. These delays can slow down or block a delivery altogether. Checkpoints, blockades, and sieges are used to control access to certain areas. These restrictions can cut off entire communities from vital supplies. Armed groups may also divert or confiscate aid, preventing it from reaching civilians. Infrastructure damage is another major challenge. Roads, bridges, hospitals, and communication networks are often destroyed during conflict. This makes it physically impossible or very difficult to deliver aid. Power outages and fuel shortages further complicate logistics, especially for medical facilities and water pumping stations. Parties to the conflict may also use denial and delay tactics to gain leverage. They might refuse aid permissions, impose excessive paperwork, or set unreasonable conditions. These tactics are often aimed at punishing populations or controlling territory. To counter these challenges, humanitarian organizations negotiate continuously with governments and armed groups. They try to secure safe passages and establish humanitarian corridors. But success depends on the willingness of all parties to respect international law and prioritize civilian safety. When aid is blocked or delayed, civilians suffer the most. Without food, clean water, and medical care, malnutrition and disease spread quickly. Preventable deaths increase, especially among children, the elderly, and those with disabilities. Sometimes denying aid becomes a weapon of war, directly violating the prohibition on starvation of civilians. From the perspective of international humanitarian law, these obstacles are violations of legal obligations and moral duties. The law states clearly that parties must allow and facilitate a delivery. Using starvation as a tactic is a war crime. Still, enforcement remains weak, and political or military interests often override legal rules. In the end, even with strong laws in place, many civilians remain just cut off from help in war zones. Security risks, bureaucratic hurdles, infrastructure damage, and deliberate restrictions all make a delivery difficult. Overcoming these challenges takes ongoing negotiation, coordination, and a firm commitment from all sides to protect civilians and respect international law.